You can hear the Australian fans roaring as they line the track here in Albert Park. Welcome to Melbourne, and the roar from the crowd can only mean one thing. It's race day. We go racing today then in the state of Victoria, where the drivers have 14 corners and 3.28 miles to navigate at an average lap speed of around 120 miles per hour. The close proximity of the barriers make accidents inevitable, and recent history shows us that a safety car is not at all out of the question. So with the race not far away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. Andrea Kimi Antonelli lines up on pole position, edging out Max Verstappen, who'll start from P2. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Tsunoda, Norris, Oscar Piastri and Leclerc, Hamilton, Russell, Fernando Alonso and Liam Lawson, Blakely, Stroll, Alex Albon and Sainz, Hadjar, Ollie Behrman and Pierre Gasly, Hulkenberg, Doohan, Bortoletto and Esteban Ocon lines up at the back of the grid. Now it's almost time for lights out, so let's go down to the track. And alongside me in the commentary box, my old friend, Anthony Davidson. So here we are then at Albert Park. It's a street track. Well, it's not, it's a park track. People go for a nice Sunday afternoon stroll, but not this weekend.
No, you've got the leaves blowing around this time of the year, Crofty, as well. That's always playing its part. It starts off very green. By that I mean a dusty track, not giving much grip. And as the weekend goes on, the grip comes to the circuit and you feel more confident from inside the car. Yeah, it's a parkland circuit. It's a high speed. It's kind of a street track, so you've got walls around you, and that means any kind of mistake you make is severely punished, and that's always hanging over you from inside the car.
DRS now enabled. DRS enabled. great manoeuvre. You made it look so easy. Great work, that's a new fastest lap of the race. Tyre condition still looking good. That was the fastest lap of the race. Keep this up. Well done. Okay mate, this is the final lap of the race, final lap. Absolutely awesome. Just amazing, mate. Well done.
Another superb Australian Grand Prix comes to an end then, and it's a thoroughly deserved victory.
You always look back at a race like this and think, if I'd just made that mistake there or locked up here, there would have been contact. And every one of those overtakes is a moment where you have to absolutely nail it, perfect it, and that's exactly what they're able to do today. Great stuff indeed.
Welcome then to the podium, our top 3 drivers. What a great effort from them today in a very difficult race. And with that, we wrap up another weekend of motorsport action. But with more races lined up, be sure to join us when we come back with more Formula One. It's time to find out which driver is up to the task of claiming the Chinese Grand Prix. Good afternoon, everybody. We're here in Shanghai. The ever-tightening turns of 1 and 2 will prove tricky in the slippery conditions here in Shanghai, and anyone that slides wide will lose a lot of time getting back on track. Turn 14 should still be the best place for overtaking, but we'll have to see some improvement in the weather before the drivers can take advantage of that DRS assistance. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. World champion Max Verstappen starts from pole position, edging out Lando Norris, who'll start from P2. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Russell, Piastri, Yuki Tsunoda and Antonelli, Leclerc, Hamilton, Hadjar and Liam Lawson, Sainz, Stroll, Fernando Alonso, Blakely, Albon, Gabriel Bortoleto and Pierre Gasly, Doohan, Behrman, Hulkenberg and Esteban Ocon lines up at the back of the grid. With preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track. And alongside me today, a man who I'm always pleased to see join me in the commentary box, Anthony Davidson. Now, I'll be generous here. It's not that long ago that you were racing and entertaining us on a Sunday. But in the years since, the sport has changed quite a bit, hasn't it?
Yeah, it really has, Crofty. You know, the cars have got bigger, they're heavier, but critically, there's more downforce to play with as well now. There was around 4 tons of downforce on the car at 300 kilometres an hour when I drove. You're now looking more towards 5 tons of downforce. So there's a big difference in performance. But because of that, the car being heavier and bigger, you've got to drive in a smoother way. You've got to look after it a bit more. You've got to nurse it through the slow speed corners more. They were much more nimble, agile machines when I drove in Formula 1 compared to now.
No need to worry about the tyre condition for now, everything's looking good. Good job, that was the fastest lap of the race so far. Great work, that's a new fastest lap of the race. Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 42.0 seconds.
It's victory in Shanghai, and what a victory it is after an incredible Grand Prix.
And it's always good, Crofty, to get that momentum on your side, and it's really good for your confidence as well. The more confident you are, the further that can take you.
The faces on our top three look so incredibly happy as they make their way up to the podium. A much-deserved victory and a brilliant performance from them all. Well, that was certainly an exciting weekend of Formula One. Be sure to join us for more exciting Formula One action very soon.